Which was your favourite children's book, Sonja?
My favourite children's book was The Water Babies. And when I was in the first year of primary school, Mrs. Jackson, who was our teacher, she was quite stern but very kind. We used to have a period of time, an hour on a Monday morning and an hour on a Friday afternoon when she would read books to us. And the one that has really stuck in my mind was The Water Babies.
You would like to tell us a little bit about a book that you might have enjoyed or a series of books?
Your point of me.
Well, I enjoyed Harry Potter because, yeah, it's really good. It's magical and I like things like that. So yeah.
So you like it because it's magical?
Yeah, I like things like that.
How did you feel about the length of the books?
Oh yeah, I really like reading long books.
Oh right, so that was positive for you then?
Yeah.
Great. Did you read them all?
No, I've just finished number 2, but I have like breaks in between.
Yeah.
I just like something different.
That's a good idea, isn't it? Try it, read a big book and then maybe have a break and read something a bit smaller or a bit different.
First and second aren't really that big.
They're small.
Yeah, but then
they get bigger. They
yeah,
get long.
and then it's like got like this.
And then they don't fit in your bag when you go to school.
And how about you? What's your favourite book?
Volcanoes.
And what do volcanoes do?
They erupt. It's called The Naughty Little Sister. And do you know why I like it?
Because you've got a naughty little sister.
No. Because I'm the naughty little sister.
What I can talk about is when I was small, I used to like reading books about football.
Like me.
Exactly, and books that could tell me something about how to play football were especially good. Ones that have lots of pictures in. They're good, aren't they?
Yes.
Do you borrow books from school?
Yeah.
What sort of thing?
Well, you bring a book home, don't you?
Yeah.
Every day there's a book that comes home that she's reading.
And
And you're
what
really liking the book that you've got at the moment.
Yeah.
What's that?
Wars.
Oh right, you're going to go and see the film as well?
We haven't seen it, have we?
Are you trying to read the book first? It's a good idea actually.
We like doing that.
Yeah.
I like to read the books first before we see the film.
If I read a book, I totally become absorbed with that book. I know what the characters look like. They don't have to be described. I make my own mind up as to what they look like from the characters that are in there. And I set the scene myself. I've got the scene in my head. I see everywhere they go and everything they do. And on the odd occasion I have been to see a film of a book that I've read, I've usually been disappointed, and I'm sat there saying, well, it doesn't look like that. This is not right. So books will never be replaced in my life, and I like a book. I like a physical book.
All of you like reading books that have pictures in as well, or drawings?
Pictures. Not in particular, but they're quite alright, yeah.
It depends.
I don't really mind.
What does it depend on?
Because sometimes you have a picture in your mind and then you flip the page and then there's that picture of the author's imagination, which kind of doesn't always need.
Right.
You have different views of what people look like.
Have you ever seen a film that you've read the book for already?
No, I've read the book first and then I watched the movie.
Yeah.
I read the book before I watched Narnia.
Right. So what did you think about the film having read the book?
I thought it was actually quite good. It was quite a good movie.
I just thought of something. You are borrowing books from Mama at the moment, aren't you? Which storybooks are they?
Harry Potter. Yeah, I'm ordered number 1, number 2.
You're reading Harry Potter?
And we've got all the DVDs. We've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5,
Well, you like
number
watching the movies,
6,
don't you?
and we've got number 7 part 1, number 7 part 2. We're not allowed to watch it. Number 7 part 1 and number 7 part 2 is only for over 12 and we've watched it. Just because my mum watched it in cinema.
So what books are you reading at the moment, Zach?
Beast Quest.
And how many Beast Quest books have you read?
16.
16. And where do you read them?
No, I've read 15. I'm on number 16, but I haven't started it yet because I don't have it.
Do you have a favourite out of all those that you enjoyed the most?
I I've enjoyed Naga the Sea Monster. That's number 15. I've just read that one.
So the one that you've just read is the best, do you think?
Mia tends to read when she's at home.
But sometimes I do read to you.
You do?
Yeah.
You do, but that tends to be during the day. But at bedtime it's quite nice. And I just read, because we can read books that maybe she's not quite up to reading.
Yes, yes.
Like with the Harry Potter ones, I think.
And are there any books that you like to read for yourself when you're on your own?
Well, Warhorse is one of them.
Right.
And I'm doing the first 2 Harry Potter books as well.
Right. Very good. Are you enjoying them? Yeah. What other books have you got there that you've chosen?
I've got Star Wars, Monsters.
Do you want to show it to the camera?
Oh.
Show us what you've got.
I've got Star Wars.
Yeah.
And this book. And that book.
What's that one? Oh, Wild Animals, because you like animals, don't you?
Yeah, and I've got Big Cats.
Mm.
When I was little, I really, really liked the Moomin Troll books. I really loved them.
I remember those.
I mean, they're quite odd, and they're quite funny as well.
Do you read in bed?
Sometimes when Mum's left.
Oh, no, it's coming out.
It was me thinking you were going to sleep.
And I used to spend an awful lot of time in one of the bedrooms. We had quite a large 4-bedroom house, but full of children. I had an older brother who also and they also had children, and so that the house was sort of always full of people. And I could never read when there was people around me.
My favourite book when I was young, I think, was Swallows and Amazons, and The Twits, that we're reading at the moment, aren't we? Do you remember the one about the man with the beard that we're reading? Yes.
Shall we ask your dad as well where he likes to read? Does he have a special place or a special seat where he likes to read?
No.
Do you want to ask him?
Do you have one?
Well, I'm quite busy at the moment, aren't I? Looking after
Probably my sneaky peek at the ties.
Probably, if I was reading a book, then it would probably be in a nice comfy chair when you two have gone to bed. So you probably wouldn't see me reading.
Do you have any other favourites that you can remember from when you were a child?
I used to love Grimm's fairy tales.
So did I.
And and I never thought of them as grim. I actually thought of them as quite exciting and
sounded exotic almost.
Yeah. And the other ones I did for a period of time was Secret Seven,
right.
Because they were children who I always felt had a life that I wished I could have,
right.
Because their lives always seemed so ordered, and they seemed to have lives where they had nice things, and I, being from a large, quite poor family, didn't have nice things. So I suppose my main avenue of escape was books, partly because of that.